It is the end of November, and we are enjoying all of the beautiful colors and the delicious flavors of the season while we are slowly welcoming the Christmas season into our home. Thank you for joining me today. I've been outvoted 3-1 in my family. I said we're not going to decorate for Christmas until after Thanksgiving, but the rest of my family is ready. So we are going to pull out the Christmas tree today and get that going. My husband had been bugging me, not bugging me. He had been asking me since the beginning of November, when are we going to decorate for Christmas? And here it is, the middle of November. I'm finally caving in. But before I pull it out, I wanted to show you how I store my Christmas decorations. Carolyn had asked me to show this. It's really nothing fancy, but I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you. So when you come down our stairs into the basement, you go through this door, and then behind it is this other closet that goes underneath of the stairs. And so that's where I keep all of my Christmas decorations, and it's kind of dark. I wish I had better lighting. But this is what we got. And I've hung up a wreath, you can see the stairs there, just have a few things on that shelf. And then I just have my bins and different things stacked here. This is the tree, and that's what we're gonna pull out today. We only put up this main tree and then also one other tree in our bedroom. And that's it for now. I will do all of the other Christmas decorating after Thanksgiving. It was always a tradition when I was growing up to put up Christmas decorations on the day of Thanksgiving. We would wash all the dishes and then eat our pie, and then we would decorate for Christmas. So my family was ready to decorate for Christmas this year already. So my kids did not want to be filmed, but they love helping me decorate the tree. So I just took some after filming for you so you could see what the tree looked like. There's a lot of handmade ornaments and then just some fun ornaments that my kids have picked out over the years. Most of our leaves are down on the trees except for this yellow tree. We had a super windy day, and I knew that these leaves were going to be gone before the end of the day. So I went out and I cut a few branches because I wanted to bring some of that color indoors. And then I also have a couple of red bushes, and they had started to lose a lot of their leaves as well. But I went out and I cut a few of those branches as well and brought them indoors so that we could enjoy the color just a little bit longer. I thought they were just so pretty, and we will see how long they last. But it's very nice to see these bright, beautiful colors indoors as well as looking outside through the window. We haven't had any snow yet, but it has definitely been a lot colder. My son has been hoping for snow, and I'm actually quite thankful that it hasn't. But I decided to pull out all of our gloves and hats and just put them in this basket so that we are ready when the snow does come. It's definitely November in Nebraska, which means it is the cold season. I find myself baking a lot more in November because there are colder days, so we're spending less time outside, and it also heats up the house and makes the house smell so good, just makes it smell like the holidays. So today I decided I was going to make some pumpkin oatmeal bars. I'm using pumpkin puree that I had made from a pumpkin that I had cooked earlier in the season. And this was the first time I've seen a pumpkin flesh be that yellowy look instead of bright orange. And I looked it up and it says that this is just common. This is what some pumpkins are. So it does have the same flavor and everything, but it was fun to be able to use that pumpkin puree that I had frozen. And then I also used my own pumpkin pie spice. I've been making my own spice for a while now, and it just made the kitchen smell so good. Last week, I had mentioned that the eggs were $3 a dozen, and I couldn't believe how expensive it was. And a couple of you mentioned that the eggs where you live are anywhere from $4 all the way up to $12 a dozen. So I am humbled by your responses. So I am definitely thankful for the $3 eggs at Aldi. Also, I am using baking powder from Aldi, and I have to say I will not be buying it from Aldi again. It's really clumpy. This is the second jar that I've gotten from them that is clumpy. And so I have to put it through a sifter 2 times. I do it once in a measuring cup, and then I do it a second time in my actual mixture of whatever I'm baking. And I have never had that problem before with a great value from Walmart, so I will definitely not be getting baking powder from Aldi again. Let me know if you have ever had that issue with their baking powder as well. While it was cooking, I also was making some tea, some sweet tea. My husband drinks sweet tea, and when I was first married, I didn't know how to make it. And finally, I was like, I'm not going to keep spending $5 a week on sweet tea. And so I learned how to make it myself for pennies. And of course, that is why I have the sweet tea sign in my kitchen. I was running low on my pumpkin pie spice, so I decided to make some more. And it comes from this cookbook, Dining on a Dime. My mom had given it to me years ago. It's one of my favorite cookbooks. It has so many great recipes in it. But I use this for the pumpkin pie spice. It doesn't call for allspice, but I do add a little bit of allspice to mine as well. And I just add it all together, shake it up, and leave it in a container. And then have you been using this instead of the store-bought spices for the past probably 3 or 4 years now. And it works great, and it's a little less expensive than having to buy it from the store. While the bars were cooking, I went ahead and cleared off this refrigerator. It had been covered in paintings from my kids, which is so fun, but it really needed to just be wiped down. It hadn't been wiped down for a while. So I went ahead and took care of that while everything was baking. The pumpkin bars turned out so delicious. I'd actually kind of describe them more as like a pumpkin baked oatmeal because it had that consistency of oatmeal rather than a bar or like a cake or muffin since it didn't have flour in it, but it smelled so good, was so delicious. Definitely recommend. Last year, I put up this pencil tree in our bedroom and we loved it. We actually kept it up all the way through January because it's just such a cozy feeling here in the bedroom. So I went ahead and put it up now and added up some of my decorations that I always put on this tree. I kind of keep them more of my like rustic type ornaments, kind of country-ish is what I'd call them. There is a small section on my tree that's missing some lights. They don't work. It's a pre-lit tree. And so there's just that small section, but otherwise it's just so cozy to have here in the bedroom. I definitely need to add some more to this tree. Usually I have some white poinsettias that I add and some ribbon, but I didn't see that in the containers. So I will have to definitely go back and look through the containers and find that and add to it once I pull out all of the other Christmas decorations. So for now, this is just what we have, and it really is nice to have in the bedroom. Around the bottom, I've added a knit scarf type or table runner type thing that my grandma had made, and it just goes really well with this little tree here in our bedroom.